World champion Douglas Waikihuri, who will win the gold medal in the Commonwealth Games marathon in 1990.
Focus is just being mean to everyone.
Yeah.
And just concentrate on yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't drink now, if you don't do all these other things, you don't go for parties, you still party when you're older. At 23, anybody can be a world champion. I have done that.
You've done that.
And I have proved it. When somebody closes the door for you, what do?
Yo, welcome to the Straight Up Talk, where we help you with impactful and insightful videos. So today I brought you guys a wonderful guest. First of all, I'm your host, Sammy, and you need to subscribe to this channel. It's a new channel and we're growing fast. So today I brought you guys a former world champion. Actually, like I haven't gotten to speak to many champions, but I've actually gotten to speak to one, which I'm actually proud of. So his name is Douglas Waikihuri. First thing, I'll start by introducing how I actually met you. Yeah. So I met him from a friend. His name is Moshiri. So we had another time chilling at Java, and then Moshiri was like, there's Douglas. There's Douglas Waikihuri. And then he was like, who? I was like, he said Douglas Waikihuri. And then I saw you come in. That time they said the Douglas Waikihuri clothes. I was like, this is, I don't know. Yeah, the ones he's worn today, I was like, this is just a pure athlete. I was just like, yo, I don't want to actually be like him because he's wearing his clothes, his name, nini. Even before you actually got to know, because I think so many guys of our generation, mostly guys from Generation X and millennials, don't really know about the future of sports, the past of sports. So I didn't really know. And then later on we had a nice conversation, exchange numbers. Later on I got to research about you. And then I was like, this is such a lovely day to meet a legend. Yeah, so Douglas Waikihuri here. And yes.
Thank you for inviting me in your show.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot we can discuss if time allows. But first, yes, my name's Douglas Waikihuri. My event has been a marathon major, and I've won a couple of races. I finished my high school in 1982. I was at a private school, which is Raval's High School.
Mm-hmm.
Then immediately, 82 was over. 83, I was able to get an opportunity to go to Japan when I was 19 years old.
When you were 19?
19 years old. One of the things that we probably see difference between us and everyone else is that when I wake up early in the morning, you're still asleep. That could make a big difference.
Yeah.
Because that gives you an opportunity to jump on something that is just around when you're there. And of course, one of the other things is that if you want to see the sunrise, you must wake up before sunrise.
Hey, he's already started with fire, with fire points. That's really nice. And you said you went to Japan when you're 19.
That's true.
And that's when you met your trainer, or?
No, the purpose of going to Japan was basically to improve my training, because I was still running even when I was here.
Okay.
I've won a couple of cross-country championships within Kenya.
Yeah.
And I believe at 19 years old, if you're able to clock number 6, number 3 in a cross-country, you're already good.
Yeah.
But now you need to step into the next level.
Yeah.
And that will take some special kind of training. And that's one of the reasons why I went to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I met my coach, who was called Mr. Kyoshi Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't speak English. I couldn't speak Japanese. But we found a way to work it out. And yes, after the 4 years of training, I was able to win the World Championship as the first Kenyan gold medal in Rome, Italy. And then after that, in 1988, I won a silver medal in the Olympics in Korea. 89, I won the London Marathon. I was the first Kenyan to win the London Marathon. The same year, 90, I won the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
Again, it became the first medal for Kenya for the marathon. And then, of course, the same year, 1990, I won the New York Marathon. And in 1995, I got the injury from 90 to 94. Then 95, I came back and I won the World Cup gold medal in Athens, Greece.
Oh, after your injury, you came back and won. After the injuries when you won the 1995?
Yes. From 90 to 94, I had an injury.
Oh my!
I had a knee problem and my knee had a problem. So I went to London. I got some minor surgery done.
Yeah.
It took me 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And when I came back, training was up, and yes, I won the World Cup in marathon Greece.
That's what guys call a serious comeback.
Well, you know, there is always the biggest challenge for being a champion.
Yeah.
Is to win the next championship or to win the next race,
Mm.
because you know now the whole world is expecting you to also perform well,
Yeah.
and there are people who are also looking to beat you.
Yeah.
For them to be able to, you give other people marks by losing to them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, so it is a very serious position,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be serious in training in 247.
Mm-hmm.
It is a highway without junctions,
Mm.
and it is a very mean position
Mm-hmm.
because we call it focus.
Mm-hmm.
Focus is just being mean to everyone.
Yeah.
And just concentrate on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you can deliver what you are expected to a country, win a medal, I think it's acceptable for you to be mean for a while.
Mm.
It only takes you about 10 years.
Yeah.
After 10 years, you either finished what you wanted,
Mhm.
because you can't go back and win again,
Mm.
unless you are like Super Elliot,
Yeah.
who is winning who is winning
Every-
every other race,
Yeah.
and now he's focusing in the 2024 in Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are the so-called 001 of the marathon races, yeah?
Not really. The zero. Yes. The number one now, 001 means I have
Yeah.
many races I've won, being the first Kenyan to win those races.
Yeah.
That's where 001
And
comes.
I think also till 2006 is when there's no other male Kenyan who won any marathon until 2006.
No, if we go back to, like, for example, 1887,
Yeah.
it took up to 2007
Mm-hmm.
for Kenyan to win the world championships.
Mm.
So it was quite over 15 years.
Yeah.
And London again, it took another 15 years. Olympic. So there was a huge gap
Mm.
for Kenyan marathon runners to be able to win the medals.
Mm.
And one of the reasons probably would be there are many more commercialized races
Mhm.
that are more valuable than winning a championship medal.
Mm.
The reason being that you earn more money when you win a New York, London, Boston, or
Mhm.
Tokyo
Mhm.
marathon
Mhm.
than winning a championship.
Mhm.
It's only now that they have started giving money, because I
Yeah.
think now a championship like Olympic has about $60,000,
Mhm.
and then silver is at 30, and then bronze is about 20 or 25.
Mm.
Yeah.
So even the mindset back then was even harder to actually than this time, yeah?
When we were running, we were more proud. We were more patriotic.
Okay.
It wasn't about the patriotism was so strong,
Mhm.
and also it was placed in a very, very strong position.
Okay.
Like, for example, if a British comes second
Mhm.
and you're the first one, it is totally changes the whole colonization
You look a bit
issue,
superior.
of course. And like
Yeah, I
British was
I get it.
So-
I get it.
So the patriotism spirit was very, very high.
Yeah.
And for us, I think it was one of the most difficult thing to do,
Mhm.
unless you are maybe about 200% disciplined.
Mhm.
You have to be very, very disciplined.
Yeah.
I look at sport in two ways.
Yeah.
There are things that you can do when you are young,
Mhm.
and there are things you cannot do when you get older.
Mhm.
So you have to make a right choice, because if you don't drink now, if you don't do all these other things, you don't go for parties, you still party when you are older.
When you're older, yeah.
Because you'll have more money, you'll have more knowledge and
Mm.
understanding, and you'll be in a very different position.
Mhm.
If you waste your younger and talented life earlier, you'll have a lot to struggle at the end of, when you get older.
Mhm.
So in that space, you have to make the right choice.
Mhm.
Number one, you have to be disciplined.
Mhm.
And number two, you have to make a decision whether this is what you want to do for the next couple of 10 years, and you lock it up.
Mhm.
Yes, you have no out, because if you fail it, then you become not a very useful person in the society,
Yeah.
because we give you this responsibility, you
Mhm.
never finished.
Yeah.
And that's why you see when you don't really succeed in an Olympic event, your life becomes very, very difficult because you have no answer. Because if your kids grow up and they ask you, hey, Daddy, yeah, we had you in the Olympics. What happened? What did you do? Did you win? So what do you say? It becomes a very difficult answer, you know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that that is the end. You can now start helping other people and push what we have gained over time within our discipline, within our space. It is knowledge that is not in books. I can only share it with you in that particular space. It has to be an athletic or marathon space. If you're in that space, I will share that knowledge with you. But it is just not transferable because you're just listening, because it's not theory. It is more practical than theory. What you think about running is not even begun. It has not even begun until you start practicing. And that can take anywhere from 4 years to 10 years.
Oh, that is. And where did you get? Because that's a mindset that many young guys don't have. Because they want for also not partying or whatever. So many guys get into it. So where did you get this mindset from? Where do you think you got from?
There was a lot of negativity when we were growing up.
Okay.
We were in a society whereby when you have superior guys, they look upon those who are not, or you know, those who have not shown out their talent. So that negativity is what made me become stronger.
Okay.
Yeah, every negative you throw at me, I make it my strength. And I say, okay, let me see what I can do. But I'm sure I'm going to go to the Olympics. I don't know how, but I am going to burn. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I'm going to represent this country in the Olympics. So that happens across. And we have so many young people who probably they have been looked in a different wording. That should not keep you down. Look for somebody who can push you up, because talent is like a tick. You need a strong pillar for the talent to grow. If you don't have a strong pillar, it means you'll kill out both of them. So first you must develop the strong pillar, meaning the discipline, the spirit, the willingness to sacrifice, dedication and courage to grow this pillar. So once this pillar is strong, talent will naturally grow, and it will take time. It doesn't grow overnight. At least you need a minimum of 4 years, because you imagine I went to Japan when I was 19 years old, just after my high school. And then it took 4 years. That is 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. I won the first gold medal.
That's when you're 23, yeah?
Exactly. So before you get there and you try to make it look better, it doesn't work that way. And if it works, then something is not right. Something somewhere is not right. Either you are not at your age, you know,
something.
You know, and that's where discipline comes in play. So discipline does not mean you just be good. Everything has to be right from the beginning. Your age must be right. When you're born, you have to know exactly, you know, so that you grow in the right way. Because at 23, anybody can be a world champion. I have done that.
You've done that.
And I have proved it. So there's no reason why you are saying I cannot be a world champion at 23. No, but you have to start early. You can even start at 17 years old. Yeah. You know, then when you get to, because the Olympic is 4-year cycle. So for us to go to the World Championship was to get a ticket to go to the Olympics next year, which was 1988. And luckily I won the World Championship because I think I worked more than I was required. And that gave me an automatic ticket to go to the World Championship, to the Olympics, which I then got a silver, which I was happy. It was the first Kenyan Olympic silver for the marathon. And then the other year, which was 89, I won London. Then 90 was the Commonwealth Games. So I was very lucky because within the space of my fitness level, events were very close to each other. I did not have to wait for 4 years to run another event. So I was just lucky, and I knew what I needed. I did exactly what I was supposed to do, and that's why the results were so special. Yeah.
I'm glad you've mentioned about discipline of age, because especially in the football world, young players were normally approached by coaches, just take your age a little bit lower, I don't know, you'll get more opportunities. But I'm glad that you've said it's actually something for someone within to actually know.
No. You know, if you look at life, even the heart beats on time. It doesn't miss. You imagine if your heart misses a beat, you have a problem. If it runs too fast, you have a problem. So it has to be on time. So even life itself must be on time. Whatever you do and you think that you are trying to either be help yourself, you're not. Just do the right thing. That, because if you don't, then you'll be your timing will also be wrong. You'll be running with either young people, which means that you're not exercising your potential. When you get to the seniors, you'll not be able to beat the seniors because you've been beating the weaker ones. So you'll not develop your full potential. And that is what, and of course in life, it's that at some point there will always be something that will come up about that age that you've decided to mess it up. So for me, I think if you are born 63, just accept it's a 1963. This is where I am. This is how old I am. And you can do something within that particular age. We have masters nowadays. And you can run masters. Masters is from 35 or 45 and moving up to over 100. Yeah? So there shouldn't be any reason why you should say no. But those plus minus on things that are not supposed to be done, it means already you've broken the first rule of discipline.
And also I think many people will take that route because of also impatience. Because one thing I'm seeing from you have to be patient and disciplined.
I've just told you that it will take you 4 years to become a world champion, right? So why would you want to do it in 2 years? It won't work. You will run, yes, but you'll have already exhausted your muscles. Because what training does, it makes your muscles immune. That's why you become so good. And once you're on top like you are a champion, you have no other space going upward. The next step should be zero. So you should come down, you become unfit again, and then you start training up, going up again. There is no way you can be at, now you have broken the world record. Now again you start training and break it up there. No, you can't. It doesn't work like that. We still don't have a system whereby the muscle exhaustion and strength and speed that are developed after being at the very best. No, you have to go down to zero and then start climbing up again.
That it seems like you're more like a Mike Tyson kind of athlete, whereby you are like, because I'm hearing from you, like, you used to take things in, like, I'm gonna prove that I'm gonna be like the world champion, blah blah blah. So was that the kind of athlete you are, like more of a bit focused, mean?
You know, when somebody closes the door for you, what do? You try to find a way to get in. And there are so many ways. Either you go and figure out a master key, come and open the door. You follow somebody. When somebody opens the door, you go through with that particular person. But all these examples are not the best because they are not the right way of getting into the door, through the door. So the best way is to work very hard and get the door opened for you at the right time, because you've done the right thing, regardless. You know, I can come and say, you are not good. That should not kill you. Prove to me how good you are. That's what I did. If you come and just tell me that, Douglas, I think you are not going anywhere, say, fine, I accept the challenge you've thrown, but then I prove it to you when I'm on the podium. This is the right place to be, and tell you that, look, what you said was wrong.
And that one hurts the person who said it.
It does, yes.
And then makes you feel like, look, I've actually
exactly. And
proved
that is what
right.
every young person should be able to do. Because just feeling so depressed or demoralized actually does not help you. They say you can fall 7 times but still wake up at the eighth time and be strong. You know, so but we are in a different society set up now. We need to encourage the young people or the up and coming young athletes or footballers or basketballers. They have more heroes, but unfortunately within the country we do not have the heroes that we look at on the other side of the world. You understand?
Yeah.
We have people like Ronaldo who are very, very, I don't know how it looked, because we have Elliot here. And we see he seems to be a bit far from the young people.
Yeah.
So we do not look at, we need to make him a hero or a legend so that young people can associate with him. You'll hear nobody says that I want to be like Elliot.
Yeah.
But you'll hear young guys say they want to be like Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So why does that happen? You understand?
Yeah.
So I think within ourselves we can find a solution whereby we get Elliot more close to the young people so that they talk to him, he talks to them, he runs with them, and get them to feel, to own that what he has done, because he has done some really superb work, great works. Being the first man to run under 2 hours, that is very special for Kenyans, because we can brag anywhere in the world that even you, if you go and just wear a Kenyan shirt, right, you are running a race, and you imagine what the other guys will do. They will start counting and say, okay, how many Kenyans do we have in this race? Then they start counting from maybe there. If you have 10, it means that it's 11. You see, that is the automatic pressure that just you give other countries just by being a Kenyan. So we should have that pride and be proud of it, own it, and brag with it whenever you go, because those are Kenyans.
And I know you've hung around so many great guys, great athletes. I've seen you with Samuel Wanjiru, Raila Odinga. So what do you think is the one attribute you'd say about all these winners? Like, what's an attribute winning comes with the negativity that somebody brings to you. There is also the spirit that you have within yourself to want to see how better you can be, and that keeps you burning. That you go abnormal. Winning a race is just being an abnormal person. Meaning, you're not going to eat normally, you're not going to sleep normally, you're going to do crazy things. Like, for example, if I give you my training per day when I used to win races, I would do 40 kilometers a day. Ooh. That's 280 per week, which is 1160 per month. All right? That's not normal. Okay? Within that setup, I still have to go for physio. I still have to go for gym. Yeah. And you advised me to do 1,000 sit-ups. I was like, Douglas.
No. But you see, you cannot be better because you've done 100 sit-ups. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So you'll have to do more. 1,500. You hear people do 1,500 sit-ups.
Yeah, I've seen fighters do.
And definitely. So you are not going to be super good because you're just normal. That's gone. Being normal is now becoming like being lazy. Because, like, for example, my day-to-day, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. By 5:20, I'm out. By 5:30, I'm already on the road running. So if you are running at 7, maybe 10, I'm doing my second run. So how are we going to be the same? We can't.
With time, there'll be a division.
Exactly. I'm even going to be better. I'll be more mileage.
Yeah.
I'll have more more speed, more endurance. You're only doing maybe once or twice a week. I'm doing every day. And still I'm going to the gym. And then the nutrition itself changes because running is about weight. The less weight you have, the faster you can run. The lighter you become. Now, with nutrition, we have discovered that the stomach has a limited amount of food it can take. So how does this food become sufficient? It's by you reducing the mass. So that means the demand for energy is less, so you have more energy left for you to use because you are light. Of course, you are going to be very lean and thin, but in that process, you are going to be very fast. And be able to win most of the races wherever you participate.
So who is someone you say you've learned the most from?
There's a lot of I think every champion has a lesson to teach if you're keen enough to learn. So I've watched Bebe Bikira which we were very young then, watching him winning the 1964 Olympics in Rome. And it was just superb that an African athlete would do that. There was people like Kipchoge. Those days when you used to run, kids used to say, hey, Kipchoge number one, Kipchoge number one. Because then it was very, very popular. He was very popular.
What did you learn?
Learning is you see, you cannot learn direct.
Yeah, okay.
From because you don't know exactly what that particular person, you don't know his abnormalities or her abnormalities. There must be, all we know is that there must be something special that person did that others didn't do. And there is something that I'm doing that is not right, that I should not do if I knew what that particular person did. Yeah. So sometimes performance is not what you actually do. You can do with the wrong heart. You can train with the wrong heart. You are always troublesome. You are not, on time, but you're doing the right training, so you won't perform. But you can do the wrong training with a very good heart. Yeah. And I tell you, you will always get somewhere. If you don't win, you'll get somebody to help you, because there has to be something that has to click. You just don't become a world champion because you are who you are. There are so many people in the world who train for going to the Olympics, and they only few win the races. Yeah. And if you look at the track, like say for example in the Olympics, like for example in Tokyo, there are a few hundred athletes who are running in the track or on the track, right? The cheering crowd is over 60,000. Okay? Yeah. So if Eliud comes in and runs under 2 hours, does he make the 60,000 spectators runners?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay? Just a few will become because of Eliud.
Yeah.
So you understand?
Yeah.
So it is not because someone has become a champion that it will change everybody. It will not change everybody. But there are some.
There are few that
There are a few, yes. So there's the same thing. Out of 100 who trains, only a handful of them or a few guys will become world champions because they have dedicated their time, they have all the courage, they are determined to make it happen, and they have the discipline to take all the punishment that they can take, to make that particular day a successful day.
And they, of course, sacrifice a lot.
That is it.
So what advice would you give, as we're wrapping up the video, what advice would you give young people who want to be great?
I don't think you can want to be great.
Who are willing?
Greatness will always come when you do the right thing. Okay? Greatness, it doesn't matter whether you are a runner, it doesn't matter whether you are an engineer or you are music or you're an artist, whoever you are, if you do everything right, you have the right discipline, you are on time, greatness will always come. Because it is not something you can predict. Everybody, I think, when you went to school, even your parents told you that if you learn well, you will have good marks. But they did not tell you who you will become or what kind of job you can get. You understand? But that is part of greatness. People who persevere, work so hard, become abnormal in life, and they do not enjoy their life when they are young, they sacrifice so much, are bound to be great people. Okay? That having said that, it does not mean that because you are young it will happen. Even at whichever age you are, you can still be great. But the principle and the intensity of the work remains the same. So for me, I would advise that the young people you have to do what you need to do passionately. You have to live an abnormal life. That is key. Determination and courage and perseverance. And you never know. And be on time, because only on time is when things happen. Because if it's Olympic, it is on a certain day of this day and this time. That is when you'll have to show the world what you have for them. That is when you will come back to your country and tell them, they have brought this medal for Kenya. It is on time. So whatever you do, being old, being a senior person, It is all about time. It is all about being truthful. It is all about belief and working very hard. Yeah.
Oh, guys, you've heard from the man himself, Mr. Douglas Waikihuri, guys. Be disciplined, be on time, be true to yourself. So much is shared in this video, man. You guys comment one thing that you like, one thing that has actually resonated with you, with what we've shared over here. And actually, you can reach out to him and share with him maybe what you liked about the video, what you picked up from him. Yeah, so thank you for watching this video till the end. I've been your host, Sammy. Like and subscribe. You know I release videos just like this every week, and you don't want to miss it. Just stay disciplined and true to yourself, as the way that Mr. Douglas said. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
That was nice.